Hey guys, I have recently seen a lot of people in response to the terror tactics being used by ICE, saying maybe we should play it safe and carry our passports or proof of citizenship around. And I don't want to be harsh, but this is exactly the sort of capitulation that makes it easier for the administration to take away everyone's rights. So Pam Bondi, I think, said recently that this is what the administration wants. They want you to carry your passports around and be able to prove your citizenship at any time. And if we were to do that, it would be a classic example of complying in advance. So just as a preliminary matter, ICE is an illegally constituted force that is employing illegal tactics pursuant to illegal orders. It should not exist, and neither, by the way, should the Department of Homeland Security, which was set up in a hurry post 9/11, and all of the issues handled by DHS were before that and could be again handled by other parts of the federal government. But it's another discussion. What you need to know right now is that ICE should not exist, and it is neither radical nor impractical to say so. It is a massive financial drain. The so-called officers are not trained to act even to the level of law enforcement, and we know what problems there are even with law enforcement's standards. And their entire goal is starting violence with the American public, whether citizens or not. The violence being started is by ICE. So first, anyone telling you you have to prove your citizenship at any time and carry around your papers conflicts with the Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights that everyone has here, and particularly with the due process rights under the Fifth Amendment. The DOJ wants to implement this, they're going to have to change the Constitution. Second, waving around your passport isn't going to save you. The administration has tried offering bonuses to ICE agents and to regular police for deporting people quickly. And ICE agents, in particular, do not care whether you're a citizen or not. In fact, we've already had instances of US citizens being deported. So you've all seen the videos as well, right, of citizens being arrested despite being able to prove their citizenship, despite saying, listen, like, I've got my papers in the car if you want to see them. I've got my papers in my back in my apartment 20 feet away if you want to see them. But the ones being recorded are only a very small percentage of the number of cases there are of US citizens being caught in this dragnet. So, we've seen from DC, we've seen from Minneapolis, ICE is conditioned to act with impunity, right? Without consequences, without punishment. You see any of them getting in trouble for arresting US citizens? Not yet, certainly not yet. And so your passport's not going to save you. And third, and this is the most important, for all of you citizens, all of us citizens, I'm a citizen too, this really is an inflection point. It really is a moment for everyone to just think outside of themselves for a minute, because ICE and this administration are illegally conducting these operations. I know, right? Like, I've been a legal observer here in DC. We've seen these people operating. I know that ICE and other federal agents can be really intimidating. And the idea of being arrested is a scary proposition, and especially when you think you might be able to get out of it by carrying your papers around. But these tactics that they're using, right, as a preliminary matter, targeting dark-skinned people, targeting people with accents, or just people who get in their way, regardless of skin color, illegally forcing themselves on your homes and your cars and your schools and your daycares, illegally using force, including deadly force, to make their quotas. This is all wrong, whether it's done against legal immigrants, against illegal immigrants, or against citizens, right? It doesn't matter who it's being done against, it's still illegal. And so the only way to really stop it is through solidarity. That means especially US citizens who do ultimately have more legal protections, standing up to say, we are not going to allow you to treat anyone this way in the United States. And the minute you or we start complying in advance by carrying around our passports, we give them permission to continue using these terrible tactics against the other groups, right? We create the others. Now, as I said before, ultimately, a passport's not really going to save you, right? They're going to take away anyone they want to take away, including anyone who opposes them. I guess, all of us have to draw a line somewhere with what is happening. And so if you haven't yet drawn that line, um, maybe let this be it. Don't let the administration continue to divide and conquer, because so far they have been way too successful.